About a parabola. Parabola, what is that shape? If you throw a stone into the air, the stone will take a path. It's a parabolic shape. In science, physics and all, they use this word parabola or this figure parabola very much. Now, here I will tell only the elementary thing, the equation of a parabola, the definition of a parabola, what are the elements associated with a parabola, so that you will have a basic idea. We are not going, applied math students do not need in very detail. So, I will tell, like a circle we defined, we can define a parabola also. Circle, how did you define? You said the collection of all the points which are at equidistant from a fixed point. The fixed point is called center and that fixed distance is called radius. Similarly, parabola also we can say. Parabola is also a collection of all the points which are at equidistant from a fixed point and a fixed line. How is it that possible? I will show you how it is. Please look here. The fixed point let me call as F. And the fixed line, let me draw it here, L. Okay, the line L and the point is F. I simply want to draw a perpendicular from here. Let me draw a perpendicular from F to this. Now I want to choose this midpoint of this. Let me name it as some VF. From here I will take the midpoint of this. So I will put this name as V and this let me name it as A. So this is the midpoint. Now that definition, first part is satisfied. Or from a fixed point and a fixed line, always distance means perpendicular distance from the line. The fixed line and fixed point, I got one point. Can I get one more point like that? Yes. Only thing, you need to go a little behind and then draw it to this. This distance and this distance can be made equal. My drawing, it may not look alike, look equal, but it is possible. This distance and this distance will be equal. A little more behind, up, you can get one more distance. You can get another point, this distance and this distance are equal. Likewise, you keep moving, here also you can downward also you can do. This distance and this will be equal. And another point, this one, a little more behind, here this will be equal. Like this, you choose the points. All these points, if you collect together, you get a figure like this. See, like this. If you choose this distance and this distance, if you do it properly, it will be correct. In computer, there is a program called GeoGebra, where if you place this one, you can see this exactly this formation of the parabola. It's not only parabola, all shapes, ellipse, hyperbola and all, you can have a visual effect of it. Okay, now we will come back. This fixed point is called the focus of the parabola. The first thing we understand, the focus, like a center of a circle, we have focus of the parabola. Physics, there are certain phenomena with relation to this focus and all. Now you understand this is the focus, that fixed point. And this fixed line is called directrix. You have to write directrix, R-I-X. This is called directrix. Now, the first line which I have drawn, the line segment, from focus to A, that straight line, this is the only straight line you see here. These all are broken lines, which will go and change and another line segment. This is a line, then another line segment, another line segment, that's all. This is the only straight line. That straight line, if you extend, this is called the axis of the parabola. The axis of the parabola. So I said about the focus of the parabola, axis of the parabola, directrix of the parabola. Now the next thing, this parabola's the last point in the projection, the last point is this point V. it lies in the axis and it touches the parabola. That point is called the vertex of the parabola. Okay, the last point. This point is called the vertex, the most projected point, that is the vertex of the parabola. So what and all? Your focus, your vertex, you have directrix, and another thing is there, which is, you know, we have chord for a circle. What chord? CHORD. In a circle you can draw chords. This is the line segment joining any 2 points of a circle. This is a chord. You say the longest chord is diameter. Likewise, you can draw chords for a parabola also. In that, one chord is very special. Which chord? Means the chord that passes through the focus and perpendicular to the axis. It looks like this. Passes through the line segment that passes through this focus and is perpendicular to the axis. This chord is called latus rectum. Latus rectum. Minimum this many things we should know for a parabola. Now, the next job that I have is to make an equation for this parabola. How do I make the equation of the parabola? For that, I need to bring the coordinate system here. What? X-axis and y-axis. You know, children, the basic parabola, x-axis and y-axis, where they have drawn, I'll tell you. The axis of the parabola, which I said, no, that they will be considering as x-axis. What axis? X-axis. Then what is y-axis? This vertex I said, no? The vertex. At that vertex you draw a perpendicular line like this. This will be your y-axis. Now coordinate system came. Coordinate system, this parabola lies. Now the parabola's vertex is 1 with the origin. So this point is 0, 0. Beautiful, right? This is 0, 0. And this distance to focus, the standard way of writing is, this distance we call as A. So since it is in x-axis, I can notate it as A, 0. So this is A, 0. So this distance is A. We know by definition of parabola, this distance is equal to this distance. So this is 0. 0 to positive A. So left of 0 is negative. So this will be minus A. What? This point will be minus A in x-axis. So the equation of this directrix we call as x equal to minus A. If focus is plus A, directrix will be minus A. We are going to have 4 more of this type parabola. This is the first type 1. We have 3 more I will speak about. That time I will speak the same idea. If this is plus A, here it will be minus A. What? If focus is plus A, directrix will be x equal to minus A. Okay, that let it be there. Now let me speak about how do I make the equation of the circle. Sorry, as equation of the parabola. For that, I don't want this figure. To make it a little more neat, I'll just remove this part and all, so that when I speak, it will be little more clear. Or I'll draw it. Once again, you look here. A parabola. This is the vertex. This is the vertex. Here you have the y-axis. Here you have the x-axis. This is x-axis and y-axis. This point is suppose focus. Now to make the equation of the parabola, let me choose any point of the parabola. Let me choose this point P. Let me name it as x comma y. Okay, I didn't draw the directrix. Directrix is this distance. I will draw here the directrix. This is the directrix. Okay. Now the first thing that I do is, this is A comma 0. Suppose the distance from here is A. Now let me draw this one. This FP and the perpendicular distance from here. This, let me name it as some A. So AP will be equal to FP. Why? This is the definition of parabola. Any point on the parabola is equidistant from a fixed point and the fixed line. Therefore, AP will be equal to FP. The next thing what I do is I will find what is AP. What is AP? This AP. Look here. How do I find AP? You know this much is A. Minus A only. But distance wise this is positive. So plus A distance. This is plus A distance. So this much is A distance. Since this is A, this is A. Parallel. Like a rectangle. So this is A. And if the and what about this distance? This is from 0 to this point. How do I write x comma y? This may be x. This should be x. Only then I can write x comma y. X in x-axis distance. This is y. That's how it is. So this distance is of course x. So I got AP. AP is nothing but A plus x. Now what is FP? FP I know two coordinates. So you use the distance formula. Root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1. So x minus. So this is equal to root of x minus a the whole square, x minus a the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square. This is going to be our equation of parabola, but it doesn't look nice. I will simplify it by squaring on both sides. When I square, what do I get? A plus x the whole square is equal to x minus a the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square is y square. When you expand, you will get a square plus 2ax plus x square is equal to x square minus 2ax plus a square plus y square. Okay, this a square cancel, x square cancel. So what is left on one side? Y square minus 2x. This is minus 2x. When it comes to this side, plus 4x. So this will be the equation of the parabola, which is lying right side of the y-axis. We may sometimes call this as a right side parabola. Right parabola. Do we have a left? Yes. Do we have any other? Yes. Upside parabola, downside parabola. I'll just tell that. See, even if you do not remember the derivation, it's fine. But remember this equation of parabola. Y square equal to 4ax. Now, let me write the four types of parabola that we initially learned. We can have parabola not only in the origin, with vertex in any place it can be. That is a detailed study. But basically, we understand that the right parabola, this one equation only I proved y square equal to 4ax. Similarly, you can have a parabola on the left of y-axis. That is going to be y square equal to minus 4x. And you can have a parabola with the origin as the vertex as the origin and axis as the y-axis. You can have like this also. This is going to, you have to change the role of this. This is in the positive side only. X square is equal to 4ay. Now you can have one more with axis as y-axis, but downside. This will be x square is equal to, this one's role you have to change x and y. X square is equal to minus 4ay. So y square equal to 4ax, y square equal to minus 4ax, x square equal to 4ay, x square equal to minus 4ay. These four types are there. So children, it's very important to identify a parabola when you get it. For example, somebody is telling y square is equal to 12y. I will say that this is the first type parabola, y square. If I get x square equal to 10, this is y square is equal to 12x. This is the first type. Y square is equal to 12x is the first type. If I write x square is equal to some 10y, this is the third type. What? This type. If there is a minus coming here, it will be this type. If the minus comes here, then that will be this left side. So it depends upon the sign also and depends upon which is squared. X is squared or y is squared. So using that you will be able to identify the type of parabola. And whenever you get this number you always take what is the coefficient of x. Coefficient x, you take it as 4a equal to 12. So you will be able to identify what is the focus. If 4a is 12, a will be 3. So if it is first type means I will say focus is 3, 0. If it was second type, I will say focus will be minus 3, 0. That time you will have minus 4a equal to minus 12. So it changes accordingly. That's a part of the question. So if you know A, you will know focus. You can write directrix equation also. You have to put the opposite sign, x equal to or y equal to opposite sign. Maybe I will work out a few questions related to that so that you will get some idea about that. I will start with a simple question. See, I write here y square is equal to, okay, say 10x. There are, suppose I want to find focus. I can find focus, I can find the axis of the parabola, I can find the directrix of the parabola, I can find the latus rectum. Latus rectum, remember what is latus rectum? In a parabola, the latus rectum is through the focus. If you draw the latus rectum, there is a formula. Latus rectum for all these 4 types, latus rectum will be 4a. Please remember this as a formula. Latus rectum is 4a. That's the only thing I missed out to speak. Latus rectum I say, but I didn't show this, that it is 4a. That means focus 4 times. We can prove that, but right now you understand this. Okay, now from here what do you write? This is type 1, y square equal to 4ax form. So in the place of 4a, who came? 10. So I'll write 4a is equal to 10. So a will be, when you divide, you will get 5 by 2. So if you ask me focus, since it is first type 1, focus will be a, 0. That is 5 by 2, 0. If you ask me what is the axis of this one, this is this type. So the axis will be x-axis. So the axis will be x-axis. What is the directrix of this? Directrix will come on the opposite side. So x equal to minus 5 by 2 will be the directrix. What is a latus rectum? Latus rectum means it's 4a. That is nothing but directly 10. Latus rectum always write positive. Even if the question, if it looks negative, you should write 4a as 10, sorry, the positive value. Then that's all. Basically this much you should understand. And the vertex will be 0, 0. If you ask me what is the vertex, this type it will be 0, 0. The standard form y square equal to, if the vertex is changed, it will be like y minus 3 the whole square is equal to 10 into x minus, if it can be changed, but that we are not discussing right now, you understand. Let me write another example. Suppose x square is equal to minus 16y. You know, this is this type, this is this type parabola. So your focus will be coming here. So we will say minus 4a in the place of this is x square is equal to minus 4a by 4. So minus 4a is equal to minus 16. So a will be 4. So focus will be, focus is on the negative part. So you have to write it as 0, minus 4 because it is on the y-axis. And if you ask me what is the axis of the parabola, axis is y-axis. Y-axis is the axis of this parabola. And another thing that you can ask is directrix. Directrix will be coming on here it will be, sorry, this is the figure. Directrix will be coming here. So it will be y equal to, if this is 4, minus 4, this will be plus 4. So y directrix will be y equal to 4 plus 4. And latus rectum, as I said, will be 4a. That you can directly look. What is here? Minus 16, but latus rectum is length, so you write only plus 16. Likewise, you can attempt any question. First you decide what type of parabola it is. Depending upon the type of parabola, you will be deciding the focus, directrix, and the axis of the parabola. Okay, thank you.